This is the 10-8 podcast. I bring my peoples from the four corners. My guy X is going to be in the building. We're going to talk about some shit. I just got a crazy message, actually, on my channel. And somebody said, I'm tired of the tank slander. This is the last time I watched the show. Get out of here, then. What's wrong with you? Ain't nobody slandering that man. Because I say something like, he's not fighting nobody, that's not slander, it's the facts. But anyways, we are going to talk Tank. My man did a dope video and he said he wants to see Tank versus Navarate. I love the fight. We're going to talk about Tank versus Navarate. We're also going to talk about the Gwoat coming at Cyborg. You know what I'm saying? And also, Conor Benn actually took shots at Devin Haney and, what's this guy's name? And Tank Davis. We're going to get into that today and some more with my guys from the four corners.
I got so much fucking design on right now. Every time, bring it back, nigga, come out, that thing, hold back, I'm
Yes, sir, it's your boy Norbs. I'm bringing on my special guest. He had to call in because he's out there doing some wild shit, so I had him call in. X, what's the word, my G?
Knows what it do, man. Y'all know what it is and who it is, huh?
Yeah, man.
Fight Night X, repping Four Corners, Vaxxing on the 10-8 podcast with Norbs, baby.
Yeah, man. I need to get one of them jackets, man. I need to be a part of the team. I want to be official. I want my own Four Corners jacket. You guys got dope gear. You guys got a lot of shit going. And now I see you stepping it up, bro. On the Instagram, dropping mad stuff. Now you making me wanna do more shit. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I seen you drop the video earlier. I thought it was really interesting. There's a lot of boxing is weird though, X, because it'd be one week it'd be a lot of stuff, and then the next week it don't be nothing. I don't know how sometimes people be having these blog channels simply because there's not a lot, and people just be guessing shit. Like I'm like sitting here like, yo, what's going on? But anyways, it is what it is. You actually dropped a video that was pretty dope earlier about Navarate. I'm gonna play it right now. And Navarate is one of my favorite guys right now, and I know he's one of yours. Let me play this video, see what you had to say, and let's break this shit down.
Y'all know what it is and who it is, right? Fight Night Dex, yes, Four Corners Boxing, and check it out right here. This is me playing Dream Matchup. So the word is Javante Tank Davis isn't fighting anybody at lightweight. He isn't unifying. He isn't moving up to 140 to take the risk. He just keeps bringing up 130-pound fighters. Well, guess what? If he's going to continue that and we're not going to get any unifications this year, Emmanuel Navarate should be the next 130-pound fighter that moves up and gets a shot. He's a 3-division champion with consistent defenses of his championships in all 3 of the divisions that he's won championships in. He just recently went up to 135. He lost, not a bad loss, came back down, looking for a unification of his own because that's all that he's missing really on his resume at this point. But he plans to go back up to 135, and him and Tank would make a fantastic fight. Emmanuel Navarate is 39-2 with 1 draw and 32 knockouts. Tank, he's 30-0 with 28 knockouts. Tank and Navarate make for a fantastic matchup. Punches and bunches. Short guy, tall guy, the African-American skill fighter against the Mexican brawler. Listen, tell me, fight fans, do you not see this one being a banger if we're not going to get a unification at lightweight for Tank and if Navarate decides to move back up?
Now, hey, listen, everything that you just said, I'm not gonna lie, I'm rocking with it. X, listen, I mean, we just saw Navarate not just beat Oscar Valdez, but destroy him, and this is after him saying that.
Man.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm agreeing with you. He destroyed him.
Destroyed him, and that's after him saying, people were like, oh, he wasn't doing so good or whatnot. You know what I mean? But he had his surgery. He said he's going to be a different fighter and finished Oscar. Like, he took him out with a body shot. And, listen, everybody's talking about, what's his name, Tank Davis and the lack of competition that he's fighting and bringing up guys from 130. I mean, you're right. Why doesn't he bring up Navarate? Why doesn't he bring up somebody that's tall, strong, can take a punch and throws punches in bunches. You know, if you're gonna do that, why not? I mean, what was your thought process behind all that?
Well, you know, we was talking about Tank the other day on your show. He's talking about, you know, what's going on there and how he's like, oh, Shakur, what y'all bringing up his name for? We talked about how we want to see him. We would love to see him and Teofimo get it on, but he doesn't want to go to 140. And then Navarate putting in the work that he just put in. We was like, yo, listen, that's not a bad idea. And guess what? I'm looking over the records, I'm looking over the stats, and I'm like, hold up, man. This is the fight to make. This is the fight to make if Navarate decides to go all back up to 135. And the Tank wants to keep bringing up 130 pounders, right? I mean, Hector Garcia went up, and now Lamar Roach is going up to fight him. Navarate is, I mean, he hasn't been looking good lately, but then he bounces right back with this one. The hand surgery, he talked about it, and the hand surgery, he proved it because he put that shot to Oscar's liver, and he put Oscar out. You know, like a unification for Navarate at 130 would be awesome. Him and O'Shaquie Foster make for a good fight. And then it's time to go back up to 135 from what I'm hearing. Tank Davis, Mexico, brawler, the African-American power puncher. This has fight of the year written all over it. But then, you know, I have my questions on this as well, right? Because it's like, can Tank hurt Navarate? Can Navarate impose his will on Tank? How long does the fight last? Does it go to the card? Is it as good as I'm imagining, where we'll say we want to see a rematch? Will there be controversy in this? You know, boxing is controversial. You know, like all these questions linger, and it's a match. I would say,
no, I'm definitely with you on that. Like, I mean, and again, it just makes sense. First of all, he has brought a lot of the same guys up, right? And you're right. It's getting to that point where it's like, all right, like, what are we doing at this point? If you're gonna bring up the guys at 130, like when this guy went up, the Dominican guy you said, he didn't look comfortable, and he was actually giving him a couple problems until later. He just couldn't take it. But Navarate is a guy that's a very tough dude that throws punches and bunches, is very strong, and pretty much can throw him from all angles. So, I mean, I'd love to see it, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, who do you got actually winning that though?
Can't go against the Tank. I can't go against Navarate. I mean, listen, Oscar Valdez is my guy, and I'm like, you know what? Oscar's gonna bounce back. He's gonna tie this series up. We're gonna see a trilogy. And Navarate was like, cut it out, huh? You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. I got bigger fish to fry. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like that's my question. You know, Tank has the power, but he hasn't ran into a fighter that can take the punch, right? Like, and eventually somebody will. You know, I mean, Isaac Pitbull Cruz did good against him, right?
Yeah.
He didn't get knocked out. He took him to the scorecard.
Yeah.
A lot of people were screaming, "Oh, Pitbull won that fight. Oh, Pitbull deserves a rematch." I don't think Pitbull won that fight. I didn't think he came close to winning that fight. You know, what I think he did was the smart thing. He blocked the uppercut. You know what I'm saying? He blocked the uppercut, and he made Tank taste his power early as well, which, you know, made Tank box.
Yeah.
Can Tank outbox the taller fighter like Navarate, who has a reach over him, who has the reach advantage, he has the height advantage. Navarate has one heck of a jaw. We've seen him. I've seen him only hurt once, and that was in the Liam Wilson fight. He got dropped. He got back up, and look what he did, though. He knocked Wilson out. When he got his ass back up, he got himself composed, and he knocked Wilson out. Navarate is not to be fucked with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as much as you can give it, you can take it, and he can give it to you right back.
No, no, absolutely. And the thing is too is the height. And we talk about Pitbull giving him problems. Pitbull was really pressuring him a lot. He was in his chest. He didn't allow Tank to dictate the fight. That's kind of similar to what something that Navarate does. Even when Santa Cruz fought him, he was having success landing, but he didn't have the pop at his age or even
Yeah.
nothing to be. And Tank just took him out. Navarate is not somebody you're just gonna walk through. So I'm definitely with you on that. I don't believe Tank will do that. Now, will Tank win? Well, he's definitely going to be the favorite. But I would not be surprised, and this is just being honest, I will not be surprised if he was to lose that fight. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, Navarrete is a tough kid, man. He's a very tough dude. And, again, you got to, when Tank is pushing you back, he's a better fighter. When he's forcing you to, like when he fought Ryan was scared of his power. When he fought Rolly was giving him a little bit of couple problems until he set a trap for him. Navarrete is a better offensive fighter, in my opinion, than both Ryan and Rolly. What do you?
Way better than Rolly.
I think he's a better offensive fighter than Ryan. I think Ryan has a very good left hook, but this guy throws uppercuts. I think he's very underrated in regards to his intelligence in the ring. He knew that Oscar Valdez was going to be leaning forward. So what did he do? Kept throwing the uppercut. And it just seemed like he could. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm tripping, X, but that's how I feel when it comes to
No, you're not tripping, but you got to remember, Tank will give you the early rounds to download, right? Because Santa Cruz, you're right, he doesn't have the pop. So it's like, okay, you like to fight. This is going to be Mexican style. Swing all you want. You can't hurt me. But when I catch you, it's a wrap. And sure enough, that's what it was. Ryan, the offense that Ryan put on Devin Haney is that Navarrete type of shit. Ryan throws punches. You know what I'm saying? Whether they landed, whether they not, they wild. But he's strong. He's strong. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to hurt. No matter where he catches you, it's gonna hurt, and you gotta put that defense up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gotta block. You gotta be nice with it, and to avoid getting hit with that knockout shot or the shot that's gonna hurt you the most. Navarrete brings that. He throws punches in bunches. He throws them from all angles.
Yeah.
Tank is not gonna let Navarrete hit him. He's not gonna let Navarrete hit him.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a Leo Santa Cruz type of fight.
But
Rolly and Brian both kind of like stalked him a little bit. And this is where he's smart too, though. Like, all right, you guys want to chase me? I'm a little guy. You got to chase me.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait for my opening. Boom. I got the power,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But this is the thing. When I talk about offensive, it's kind of like Maidana. Remember when Chino Maidana was fighting? He looked very awkward when he did things. And I think the awkwardness of where the punches come from is what gives people problems. Navarrete doesn't just throw
ones you don't
punches.
see coming are ones that hurt the most.
Exactly. And I think, and Tank has never mentioned Navarrete, and I think there's a reason for that because, again, Navarrete, listen, he's going to land. And he's going to be active and take rounds. So I think he could win a lot of rounds and put a lot of pressure on Tank to where Tank has to do something. When he fought Rolly wasn't, he was putting pressure, but he wasn't landing. Ryan was fighting.
But he wasn't
scared.
there. He wasn't landing.
I think this guy, I really believe Navarrete can actually be a classic.
Ryan went for it. Ryan went for it early, and then he got dropped.
He did.
He had to compose himself again, and then he tried to go for it again, and he got bodied. But they knew he was hurt, and he was wagering too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got the whole fucking game plan down on this guy. You got his whole info down. He got a messed up rib, and you wagering them. But in those first 3 rounds, Ryan was going for his shit. He was swinging. He was going to take that.
He was going for it, but it wasn't. It looked a little desperate. Like he was like, I'm gonna jump on him, but it wasn't clear. He was keeping his chin in the air. Navarrete is very patient.
He knew
bro.
he was hurt.
Listen, Navarrete
is going to be different.
Navarrete is a very
Navarrete is
patient
going to be
puncher.
different.
Yeah, I would
He
love
won't.
to see
He
that
won't
fight.
be going in there with a cracked rib. You know what I'm saying?
No, and not only that.
And he won't be weight drained either because he's actually moving up in weight.
Absolutely. And the crazy thing with Navarate is, and this is just being honest, I think he's a lot smarter than what people think. People think, and it's crazy. I was watching the interview when he was talking about Oscar Valdez, right? And you can tell he knows boxing. Like he had a game plan. He knew everything that Oscar was gonna do in regards to how he liked to punch. Like just the way he described the fight, he was just, and I really believe he applies that to the ring. Ryan, you could tell he was scared of Tank's power. Like even when he went in, he grabbed him real quick. Like it was just very reckless, and I was like, yo, he's about to get knocked out. His chin's in the air. Navarate doesn't go in like that, man. He's very, very, I would say, clean in regards to executing his game plan. I mean, that's just me. I'd like to see it, to be honest, but
If
who knows?
you check the Concepcion fight,
Yeah.
if you see the Barachek fight, to Navarate's word, you know his hands weren't 100%. Copy heard you.
Yep.
But those guys, even when he was throwing punches and bunches, especially in the Concepcion fight, late in the fight,
Yeah.
he was missing a lot. He was throwing out a loco. He was getting tight desperate because he had dropped the dude twice, but dude got up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude got up and kept fighting on him and was countering him very well. Barachek, he has that Ukrainian style, right? He knows how to move around the ring. He was checking Navarate as well. He would not go straight back. You cannot go straight backwards against Navarate. Valdez's biggest mistake for me, aside from the way he was crouching and leaning in,
Yeah.
the dude just kept going straight back when Navarate would charge. There was no circling. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't tie him up. It's just straight backwards, get hit, and then try to jump back at him.
Yeah.
No, Tank is smart, man. Navarate's smart too.
I mean,
you have a point with that. Like
I think
these guys know how to fight. They know how to fight.
I think it'll be a really good chess match. I think Navarate will be a huge underdog, to be honest with you, but I think Navarate can give Tank a hell of a fight. Now, again, is it too dangerous? The world, I don't think Tank would approach that fight.
Too dangerous for who?
For Tank, I think
Too
it's
dangerous for who?
I think it's too dangerous for Tank. I mean, he's definitely better than Lamont Roach. Like, let's be real.
I think Lamont Roach is going to take him the distance.
You think
A lot
so?
of people think I'm crazy, but I think Lamont Roach is smart enough, and he knows Tank well enough, and he's slick enough to get to the distance.
We're going to see. Now, let's move forward. Since we were talking about Tank. Conor Benn came out recently and had a couple words in regards to Tank and Devin Haney. I only got the Tank situation, but let's play the video real quick.
I don't know Lamont Roach, but when you look at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at these other fighters that he should really be fighting, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
So don't come but don't come and come at me.
Yeah.
And go, oh yeah, let's give it all, Barry Big Bollocks, and go, oh yeah, let's give him some stick, and then make out like we want the fight, and then we send an offer over, and then you fight for 15 million, and yet you fight Lamont Roach. Don't do all that. Do you know what I mean?
It was a real offer. That was true then.
It was a real offer. We offered. I said, listen, you keep talking shit. My promoter's going to get back to you in 48 hours. 50 minutes. Initial offer sent over. But was it Unquell didn't let him out to play? His boss didn't let him out. That's it. So he wants to talk about 50 million. First offer.
There was room to negotiate.
Of course there was. But he's an idiot. I don't even know if he knows what negotiating means.
He said Tank's an idiot. He doesn't know if he knows what negotiating is. Now, I didn't know that Conor Benn, apparently his promotional company, sent an offer to Tank. And he said Tank, I guess, never responded. Al Heyman didn't let him fight. What's your take on that?
I remember when those guys were going back and forth. It was around the time when Tank started putting out the DMs from Eddie. And, the social media. Oh, look, he's in my DMs offering me. I would never talk to this snake. Blah blah blah.
Oh,
But
that's
I
what he was
tell
talking
you
about
this,
with Eddie Hearn. He called him a snake. Oh, I do
yeah.
remember that. Oh,
But you gotta remember when a call like that. Oh, you call it. Oh, let's go. Eddie's jumping on it. You know what I'm saying? Eddie's gonna
absolutely.
jump on it. Eddie's gonna offer you exactly what you want, and he's gonna try to make that fight. That's one thing about Eddie Hearn that I don't care what people say about him. You can't deny. He's gonna make an offer.
Yeah.
Just going. Know he got the bag. You can call him up and negotiate.
I mean,
But that didn't happen. I didn't think that was ever going to happen either. But Conor Benn is down to fight too. You know, Conor Benn is down to fight, man.
yeah, Conor Benn is
Conor
looking
Benn
for
is
that
down
big
to
fight,
fight.
man, and I guess he would have came down from 147. I think that's
He's
what Conor
down.
Benn.
Conor Benn fights at he's down to fight at 160. If you he's down to fight at any damn weight class, I
Yeah.
guess, as long as the fight is there. But Tank is going at it with everybody, man. He's one of the most hated in the sport, hated on, talked
Yeah.
about, but his brand is what it is, man. His brand is up, no matter whether we like who he's fighting or not.
No, absolutely. There's people, it's crazy. Like Conor Benn, I like. He just wants to fight, man. I like guys that want to fight. There's fans that still want to see, like my man. Shout out to my guy Chance. He wrote in the chat: "Is Shakur and Tank gonna ever happen, or is it pretty much a dud at this point?" What's up, buddy? Listen, just watching what Tank has been saying recently, it doesn't seem like he's willing to take a risk. So we're probably going to get another Lamont Roach for his next two fights, and probably a Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? I think he's going to do that, and I really do believe he's going to retire. I don't believe Shakur is in the cards, even though Turkey Al-Sik came out and said this year he wants to sit with Gervonta and make it happen. Gervonta, of course, responded. He said he wants 3 Ferraris. He's not going to entertain it. I mean, what's your take on that, X? X, you there?
Keep it. Hold on 1 second. Yes, I'm here. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you good?
Turkey Al-Sik is he's gonna get what he wants, man. Like I don't think there's no avoiding the Sheik. You can avoid him only but for so long. You know, I'm hearing Canelo said the same type of thing. You know, hey, I'm not calling you. You calling me.
Yeah.
I don't need nothing from you guys. I'm doing as good as I am.
Yeah.
And Tank is saying the same shit. I mean, 3 Ferraris just to negotiate, which is, like playing hardball.
I don't think
Playing
Shakur and him
hardball.
happened though. I really don't believe Shakur and Tank happened. I think Tank is gonna really try to go out on his own. I don't think he's gonna fight Shakur, man.
I don't think so. I think it's too much money out there, and he is the money. He is one of the faces of boxing.
No, absolutely. I mean, but at the same time, I do believe that.
He's saying that because there's a lot of frustration with the sport, in which I'm hearing, they don't. PBC didn't have the budget for him. They didn't have the money that he wanted for the fight to go down. Now in December, that was supposed to be. This was supposed to be fight week, right? About that, right?
Yeah. He was supposed to fight this week, December 12th. Or
This would have been
whatever,
fight week for him and Roach in Houston.
Yeah.
And that's, I'm hearing that they don't have the budget for him. Look at the press conference here in New York. What a mess that was. 5 hours held up. Like what's going on? Oh, PBC doesn't have the budget to fly everybody out. The production, Prime is not backing this production. They're just giving them the platform.
Really?
And then remember they were like, I remember there was rumors that Prime is offering Tank $200, $300 million for 5 fights and all this other shit. Like, where is it? You know what I'm saying? Where is it?
Yeah.
Where's this offer? Where's this money? Like, it's a lot of PBC's under a lot of flim right now. They're going through it.
Yeah.
They still have the 2 biggest faces of boxing. They still have Canelo and Tank. So, how bad are they really doing? I don't know. I don't read these contracts. I don't got these numbers.
I'll tell you this. Yes, they have Tank. Yes, they have Canelo. They don't seem to have a problem with booking Canelo. Canelo and Tank are two different animals when it comes to selling. And nobody wanted to see Lamont Roach. Like, let's be honest. Like, I know people want to put Tank with Canelo or whatnot, but Canelo's done sold 60,000 seated arenas. He has a hardcore following. Tank got a following, but nobody wants to see the fights that he wants to fight. And imagine PBC, he wants. And again, remember when I heard rumors he wanted $40 million to fight Lomachenko, and I guess it didn't happen or not. I mean, he's outpricing himself too. He wants to get paid like Canelo, but at the same time, you gotta fight some of these guys and put people in the seats. Ryan has been his biggest success story.
And he's hyped off that, right? He got that success from the Ryan Garcia fight, has him thinking that, okay, I'm here now. And you have arrived, homeboy. But that only continues to happen as you continue to fight the best. You know what I'm saying? Had the Lomachenko fight came about, I don't know, about 40 million, but I could see him getting a nice check.
Yeah. I mean,
even him getting a nice check.
Even a Conor Benn expands his fan base to the Europe. Like, I wouldn't have been mad at Conor Benn. I would have understood as a business move, but you go from Frank, you go Rolly. What was his last three fights? Rolly, Ryan, Frank, and now Lamont. It's not very sellable, but it is what it is.
Thanks sells tickets for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks sells tickets for sure. He puts asses in seats because people know what they come to see. His pay-per-view numbers have never really been extravagant, and for the safe saying of all of boxing, nobody's doing big numbers on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's doing big numbers. The last $1 million pay-per-view was him and Ryan right now.
Yeah, 1.2 million. Yep.
And before that, it was Mike Tyson had to come back and Roy Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like,
really,
Canelo and Triple G. Those were the last $1 million pay-per-views of boxing. Like, let's be for real. But Tank does put asses in seats, and he does set records in arenas.
Yeah.
So that's what makes him the A side. People want to see him fight. The thing is, now we're getting watered down with seeing him fight Lamont Roaches and Hector Garcia.
Do you think? I mean, again, I like Conor Benn, right? I like, how he's talking. Again, I didn't upload the clip.
I like Conor Benn too.
Yeah, I didn't have the clip where he was talking about Haney, but he also had negative things to say about Haney. And I like Conor Benn's attitude. He just wants to fight, man. And I would have paid to see that. I don't think Conor Benn beats him at 135. He's coming down crazy weight, but it would have been dope to see it. I mean, it is what it is. But I don't know. Are we going to get it? I don't believe so. Let's move forward.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I don't see it happening. I don't see him and Conor Benn fighting either.
What do you think about these boxing / UFC things? Well, a lot of these UFC guys want to come get a check and fight boxers.
I think exactly that what you said. A lot of UFC guys know where the bag is at, and it's always going to be in boxing. People say boxing is dead. Boxing is this, a dying sport. They can't get it together. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But guess what? They cross the street because they know where the bag is at. And let's be for real. Conor McGregor just recently, when Canelo and Berlanga was announced, and UFC and the Spear, right? They were battling on the Vegas Strip.
Yeah, but he's going
to. It was a battle on the Vegas Strip. And Conor McGregor comes out and he's like, we're going to crush boxing. We're going to run Canelo off the strip. Canelo doesn't sell. That fight is garbage, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, dude, I hear that, right? Canelo hasn't been selling $1 million pay-per-views since his Triple G days.
Yeah.
But last I remember, you cross the street, brother, to become the super mogul star, multi-millionaire that you are.
Yeah.
You got your bag in boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's very contradiction of you. And Conor, you do sell numbers. You do $1 million pay-per-views every time you come out. But people come out to watch you get your ass whooped.
See,
they're not. When's the last time you want to fight, brother? You know, Canelo's still kicking ass.
See, this is my thing right now. Once Tank and Canelo are gone, will that even out? Because those are the two biggest draws. After Canelo and Tank, it's a huge drop off. We got Ryan, but we don't know what Ryan's gonna do. You know what I mean? Ryan's not gonna be a champion. He's never been. So it's like once
Well,
Canelo
listen,
and
don't,
Tank go, what do you
don't
think?
count him out. Don't count Ryan out. Ryan is a star of boxing as well, but Ryan just always happens to be in some shit right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
this Devin Haney shit, that was crazy, man. Like the way that this thing turns out later on after the victory. Because let's just say that never happened.
Yeah.
Ryan's a rock star. Ryan was bro. He dropped the track right after the victory. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
less highly favored. He was about to go on a tour. Like, Ryan is a rock star as well, but he has a lot of drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, can he stay focused on being one of the faces of boxing? Because he is one of them as well. He is one of them as well. It's just, they kids. And it's easy for us to be like, oh, this guy's an idiot. Oh, this guy, this, that, and the third. But guess what? When you got all those millions in your face, you would go crazy too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put $20 million on my lap overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, what the hell? I could tell you, no, I'm going to do this, that, and the third. You don't know what the hell you do until that shit is really happening. You know?
Yeah.
And they're young. Mistakes are made when you're young.
Well,
And you learn later on.
I think boxing will take a huge dip when that does happen, but we're gonna see.
We need to build. Well, North, we need these motherfuckers to start fighting, man. Like, fight each other. Build the next star. It only happens if you guys are hitting it on with one another. We see who the real best is, and we see who really is putting asses in seats.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Keyshawn Davis is on his way. I mean, I just watched a video where he says that his team has been in contact with Al Heyman to possibly be the fighter to fight Tank after this fight he has with Lamont Roach. He did say he's going to call somebody out, and he did hint that this fighter is not a champion yet, but is on his way. Do you think Keyshawn Davis steps into stardom?
Keyshawn Davis put some asses and seats down in his hometown in Norfolk, Virginia. That's step number one. That was a good look. Number two, he got the knockout that he needed. Right? He won in the fashion that was most needed. He got a knockout win. Boom.
Yeah.
He runs his mouth, so he got that on lock. You know what I'm saying? And now he needs to win a championship, and it looks like he's on his way to a championship fight. He wins the championship, you got a unification fight. We got a unification fight at 135, and what are they going to say then? Oh, Keyshawn isn't ready for Tank. He's fighting a kid with only 10 fights, whatever it is that Keyshawn's record is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But guess what? I want that fight. I like that fight.
I like
because
it too. I like it.
I've heard, I'm not going to say it's true. Well, I believe the source, really close source of mine, I'm not going to be lying, bullshit, and he's been around the Mayweather gym his entire life, his entire boxing career, excuse me. And he said, this is years ago, though. You know, this is when Keyshawn was fresh out the Olympics, about to turn pro. He said him and Tank sparred. He watched him and Tank spar.
Mm-hmm.
And he kicked Tank's ass in sparring.
Everybody says that, though.
Yeah, but this is just sparring, right? Everybody does everything in sparring. But he was like, yo, see, Sean was giving it to him. Tank was frustrated. He left. Like, they closed up shop early.
Yeah.
He's like, why do you think Tank never calls for Keyshawn? Now, this is about a year and a half ago that he told me this, right? One day we just talking shit, we talking boxing, boom, boom, boom. And he was like, you know who gives Tank a problem? Keyshawn. Tells me this a year and a half ago. He was like, I watched him spar. Keyshawn got the best of him. He had him frustrated. They called everything off and closed it up. I don't know again. This is just what I got from him. And again, that's just sparring. That's just sparring. That doesn't mean he's going to do that to him in a fight. I see Tank knocking him out. I see Tank knocking his ass out because Tank is gonna. Tank got it out for him right now too. You know, like these guys are pushing the button.
Yeah.
And if Tank is down to fight him, like they're saying, then and he's bigging him up. He was like, forget about Shakur. The young boy Keyshawn dude looking better than him. I'd rather fight him. You know what I'm saying?
He did. And he also did hint, like again, I said, he hinted at.
Kind of bigged him up. Kind of bigged him up there. So I wouldn't mind Davis versus Davis, and I want to see that fight. But what y'all gonna say then, right? But fight fans gonna say that, no, he's picking another little guy who doesn't like. Come on, man.
No, I would like to see that. I'd like to see the Keyshawn Davis fight, especially if he wins emphatically the championship. I think it would be dope. I would like to see him fight 2 fights before Gervonta Davis. But at the same time, if this window is true with Gervonta, we might have to see this right after the Lamont Roach fight. So we're going to see. We're definitely going to see. But let me play this video.
Retiring.
Yeah, I think he's going to retire. I'm not going to lie. The Gwoat, and that's why I asked you earlier about the UFC, whatever, the Gwoat. Clarissa Shields comes at Chrissy Cyborg, right? Check what she said. Breaking, the Gwoat Clarissa Shields out here roasting. She talking about, hold on, what the F wrong with your face? Chris Cyborg, the Botox doctor must be on a break. Time to tighten that skin up. Are we looking at a potential matchup? Thus, Chris Cyborg got the cojones to go and fight the Gwoat in a boxing match. We gonna find out. What do you think about that? I mean, Cyborg is a UFC. She's a UFC fighter, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, she is.
What do
MMA fighter. Yeah.
Whatever. What do you think about coming over and her fight? I mean, listen, Clarissa Shields is looking for a big fight. There's nobody in her division. Maybe this cross fight can be something that could spark interest. And again, she just witnessed a huge payday from Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Is this the way to get her payday? Do you think it actually happens?
See that she has pressed Cyborg quite a few times.
Yeah.
They even sparred. I remember seeing sparring footage of them when Chris Cyborg was first talking about getting into boxing. Clarissa Shields was sparring. Clarissa was helping her out, get ready.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's this, and it makes for good money. It's not Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor money.
Yeah.
Nowhere near it.
I mean,
but it's good for entertainment. It's entertainment money.
I mean, Clarissa's not going to go down below 154, if I'm not mistaken, right? She said the most, I think, 147. So there's no way she's going to end up fighting a Katie Taylor or a Amanda Serrano. She's not going to wait for Fundura's sister to go up to 154 because she'll probably end up there later. I mean, she needs something. I mean, you don't want to go out there and just fighting these girls for what you're getting. I mean, you end up running into the situation where the promoter doesn't feel like it's worth it. And you know, you just saw, I think the total pay was like $13 or $14 million between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. That I know that Clarissa saw that, was like, wait, what? I need to get some of that money. So I mean, she's called out men. She's done a lot of different type of things. She's looking to get paid. I mean, I think this is.
She needs to keep fighting.
But who?
She just needs to keep fighting, bro. Just keep fighting and keep making money instead of looking for that one fight and then what? Fall back? Like, is that the retirement? Are you looking for a retirement check, or do you plan on continuing to fight? This goes for all fighters out there right now, you know? Because every fighter seems to me like they're looking for that big night. And then what? You know what I'm saying?
Not even
then
that,
what?
but I think they want the bump in pay, though, X. You don't want to keep fighting and not getting a few $1 million. You're seeing your peers make. I mean, listen, if I saw.
But if you're not that attraction, you're not getting that money. That's the problem with boxing as well.
Yeah.
These guys want all this money.
Yeah.
And you have not earned that. You don't bring that in. Boxing is a sport where promoters lose a lot of money on the regular.
Absolutely, yeah.
putting on shows. You're not putting asses in seats. You're not putting up pay-per-view numbers. You're not putting viewerships in here. All we doing is really losing money and paying you guys tons of millions of dollars. And then what? You can't even follow up on the success.
Yeah.
Not for nothing. Not for nothing. Caleb Plant, Charlo, these guys put those two right now, right? Caleb Plant and Charlo, they got Canelo paydays, right? What the fuck do they do after they get the big fight? They go on a break for a year. Charlo has been out for a year and a half already. Like, dude, the window just opened for you. Keep it going. When the window of opportunity opens up, you take advantage of it. Had Plant fought Benavidez right after he fought Canelo, and then went on to fight whoever else, and like kept the flow going. Where would his stakes be at right now? Who would he be in boxing right now? A lot bigger than what he is. Charlo, same thing. Look at Jaime Munguia. He fought in January. He got a Canelo fight in May. He's back in September, and his fight week this week, he's back again.
Yeah.
Stay on your game. Continue to get paid. You just got out the ring with the biggest star. You just got your biggest payday. Continue to make yourself the big attraction.
But
Tank got the Ryan fight,
yeah.
and where the hell was he? He got locked up or some shit. Came back this year, one fight. Now we gotta wait till March to see him again. That's not how you continue to follow up on your success, bro.
Yeah, but to your point though, as well, you're mentioning Caleb Plant. He could go out and go fight a Charlo. He could go fight a Benavidez. He could go fight a Canelo, right? A Berlanga. Clarissa don't have those options, dude. Like, it's like nobody, bro. I can't name another fighter in her division.
Women's boxing doesn't really have those options, you know?
Listen,
Women's boxing doesn't really have those options, but it's bigger than it's been.
yes,
It's bigger than it's ever been.
and those stars are coming from Puerto Rico. I mean, you got Fendora. Well, she's not Puerto Rican, but you got Leanna Cruz. You got there's some girls coming up, bro. I like these girls. I'm not gonna lie, but it's at the lighter weight. It's at the lighter weights.
They got to fight harder than the men.
Yeah.
And then to that point, they got to go even harder than the men. And that makes the point of what I'm saying. Because, listen, just keep fighting. Look, you just went up to heavyweight. Find yourself the number one contender. Tell your promoter, find you a number one contender. Defend your title. Come back down to 168. Go beat up somebody there. Go to 160 now. Like, Amanda Serrano, her entire career, 122, 126. 118, 115, 130, 140, just up and down weight classes left and right.
Yeah.
Fighting whoever it is that was there. That's why she's where she's at. That's why she got like 50 fights.
Yeah.
She got more knockouts than y'all girls got wins. Fights in total.
That's true. That is very true.
Come on now. Work, and work. You gotta, what 50 says, hustle harder, hustle smarter. Nobody's gonna out hustle me, man. No matter what position I'm in, because this is where you get to where you get. This is how you get to where you get. The door eventually, the window's there.
Yeah.
Eventually, somebody's gonna pop up. Look at what's her name? Shadesha Green.
Mm-hmm.
She popped up on the scene, and they're like, "Oh, sweet Terminator! Oh man, she gonna knock Clarissa Shields out when she catch Clarissa Shields." Yeah. Man, that girl ain't, and she not really like that. Like, I mean, she finally won a world title now, but she got herself a big win in Madison Square Garden one night, and it was like, oh man, MVP signed her. They put her up against Cruz de Zorn, Franchon.
Yeah.
Franchon washed her up, sent her back down. You feel me? Like, go back to the drawing board, mommy.
Yeah.
You're not really like that. You're not going to make it to Clarissa Shields. You can't get past Franchon Cruz de Zorn.
Yeah. Well, I feel you, man. Actually, I got to get up out of here now. I know you're doing your thing. I know you're back on tomorrow night at, I think, 9 o'clock, right?
9 o'clock. We are live on YouTube. 15 rounds of boxing brought to you by Four Corners Boxing, where the North is always in the building with us.
Yeah.
For everybody that tunes in, continue to like, share, support, and subscribe to the 10A podcast with Norbs Fight Night X in full support for corners. The Maniac, Mo, and Uno are in full support. Let's keep this boxing talk clicking, baby.
All right, my guy. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you always. No blessings.
My guy. Yeah, y'all, my bad. We're going to wrap up the show right now. I will be going live again. I want to talk about some other things. I'm going to be running some things. But definitely tomorrow, I'll be back on live on the Four Corners Podcast. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit the notifications button, and let's keep it rocking. It's your boy Norbs, and we are it out.
I got so much fucking design on right now. Every time,